Hey everyone, it's me, Jason. That's Jeff. Happy?
Woo!
Happy that I did it? Did I got the names?
Sweet. How you doing, people?
Pretty good. How are you, Jack?
Good.
Good.
I'm real good. How are you, Jerry?
Yeah. So, I don't like our real names. No, I love our real names. Anyways, Adventures in Pop Culture. We're back. And a fellow YouTuber who found our channel, LeslieDawn Whimsy. I hope I'm saying that right.
Very nice person.
Yeah, very nice. Her videos are super fun. Check her out. We don't know how to do links or anything, do we?
I'll leave a link in the description below.
Yeah, super fun videos. She collects a lot of toys and stuff. Her videos are very fun to watch. Sorry.
It's funny that you just clearly don't have any idea how to link someone.
Oh no, Jeff, if you guys ever, I'm sure everybody's picked up on this. Jeff's the one who sets up the videos and stuff. I like YouTube and I love making these video stuff, but Jeff is the one who puts them together. It's not Jason.
Jason is not a social media hound, but he is the one who replies to nearly all of the comments.
I do that. I enjoy responding to those comments. But yeah, Jeff is the one that puts together the videos. Anyways, she got tagged in doing her top 5 favorite films, and she mentioned us and tagged us in a video. And this was agonizing, and I'm already second guessing basically every movie, but we each picked 5, and we're just like, let's just do this. Because, man, I think we could both do 100, you know?
Oh, yeah.
As far as, like, figuring out where they go and stuff, man, it is a fun struggle.
It is
how I'll
fun.
put it.
And I'm going to get right into mine. And it's a funny question for me because my top 3 favorite movies are so solidified. I know that my top 3 movies, without a question, it's the top 3 that I always talk about. But then when you add, say, top 5, I kind of had to really think about what I wanted to put for the other 2. And so the other 2 I'm going to get to right now. And they're pretty very interchangeable with other films. But right here we have on LaserDisc a copy of Angus. Angus is a kids movie from the mid-90s. Yeah, 1995.
The exact mid-90s.
And it's just about this kind of angry teenager who is just like a coming-age movie comedy of him trying to fit in and be himself at the same time growing up in high school. And it really resonated with me because, you know, he's kind of a dopey big kid who gets it all by the end of the movie. And so I just love Angus.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Angus and you like coming of age high school kids movies, it's an absolutely must see.
Yeah, great movie. Great movie. Very underappreciated.
Yeah. Then also on LaserDisc, I was able to find most.
Yeah, you
of
found
these
some
on
good
LaserDisc.
shit on LaserDisc.
Good Will Hunting, another just great movie.
Oh yeah.
Robert-
Skylar, let's see some camera. I won't do it.
But Robin Williams, you know, is just so good in this, and so many good lines of dialogue, and same with Matt Damon. And
That movie's so good. I'm glad you put it in there because it's a great movie. It's like it was a perfect movie. It's so enjoyable.
And it's one of those movies where if it's on, I can just watch it, and whatever scene it is, it's so good. And then wherever it started, if I started in the middle of it, I'm gonna sit there and watch it till the end.
Yeah,
it's tear jerking. It pulls on all of your heartstrings by the end of it, and written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
great
So,
movie.
yeah.
It's one of those, you know. Yeah, good pick.
Oh, definitely. Now we're on to my top 3. I can't rank these in any certain order because it's just so hard for me, but I absolutely love these. So I got 2 copies of this one. It's Dawn of the Dead, the 1977, or no, I know it's 1976, I think is when it came out.
I think a little later than that. Not to nitpick.
Well, it says 77, but I think that's when it was released on VHS.
Geez, I was off there.
I think it came out in theater in 1976.
Okay.
But the original Dawn of the Dead, it's the second movie from George A. Romero in the zombie trilogy of his, and it's just so good. I mean,
This is Day of the Dead.
good Lord.
I did that.
Oh, that's funny.
I did that.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to. I'm the one who gave you that.
But yeah. Dawn of the Dead. And it's just so good, and I love it so much just based on premise alone. You know, it's after the zombie outbreak's been going on for a little while.
Yeah, great movie.
And they seek refuge in a shopping mall, and they just live in a shopping mall for a while, and that alone makes it one of my favorite movies of all time. But it's got awesome special effects, awesome acting, good action, just so good.
Yeah, that movie's amazing.
Moving right along, we got the Stephen King adaptation of Stand By Me. It's Rob Reiner directed it. So great.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely love this movie. It's such a good movie about kids growing up. It's for kids, definitely outcasts, that they all have their own sort of flaws. They're damaged a little for whatever reason, and they come together in search.
not Vern. Vern's fine.
Vern.
Vern's fine. He's not damaged. He's just happy. He's just along for the ride.
Yeah, but in his own little quirky way, I would say Vern is also damaged.
Well, I would debate that.
But they band together to go and try and find a dead body that they have heard about, and they do a lot of growing up in the process of that. And just so good, such good storytelling. Absolutely love this movie. And then last, I have Trainspotting. I love this movie. I saw it in the mid '90s when it came out, and I've loved it ever since then. It's so dark, and it's such a tragic movie. It's just about a group of friends who are addicted to heroin, and at times it's completely tragic, and it's hard to watch. And then 5 minutes later, it's going to have you rolling around in laughter because it's so funny. Ewan McGregor, an early film by him, and it's so good. I absolutely love this movie. I love how it's shot. The soundtrack is so good, and it has that speech at the beginning, at the end, where it's like, choose life. And that speech alone is that resonated with me so heavy when I was growing up. And I had that speech hanging on my door forever. But I love this movie.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to not call this my favorite movie.
I was going to ask you which one. So right now, what's number one?
I guess it would be Trainspotting.
Nice, because you said Stand By Me, and that's great. I'm the same way. But a couple months back, it was Stand By Me. I'm the same way. I was just curious, right now, what is?
It probably is this. And this past, I guess, winter.
Good sequel.
T2 came out, and the only thing I didn't like about T2 was its name.
Yeah, terrible name.
It's called T2 for Trainspotting 2, but absolutely fantastic movie.
Yeah.
For all the same reasons, really.
Yeah, that was great.
But that's my list.
Horrible title, though.
Let's hear what you got. Yeah, T2. It is weird.
Okay, so City of God is clearly always going to be in the top 5. I couldn't find it in the store, and there's several copies in here, so I get to cheat a bit, and I did 5 others. I mean, me and you are the same way. These could change at any given time. I have many honorable mentions we could go through, but I'm not going to do it because that's kind of cheating. Oh, man. I'm telling you.
But I'm glad you said that, because City of God has always, and I think will forever be in your top 5 favorite movies of all time.
For sure. Yeah. The top 2 don't change. But I just couldn't find it, so I get to cheat a bit. There's just so much I want to talk about. As far as the ones that we aren't going to talk about, it's crazy. Raging Bull. Raging Bull is a masterpiece. It's flawless. It didn't win the Academy Award. Everybody knows this. Ordinary People won. There is not a shot in this movie that's not brilliant.
Yeah.
It's crazy good. The opening credits, I mean, you watch the opening credits, and then it just stays gorgeous. It's like,
black and white.
Yeah, just gorgeous black and white. It's Robert De Niro's performance is probably the greatest acting ever done.
Wow.
It's insane. Either that, or I would say Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood are my 2, I think, greatest performances ever.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert called it the best movie of the decade.
I would be hard pressed to say either that or this were the best film of the decade.
This is another one that I don't have as strong of feelings about Raging Bull personally, but this one could easily be in my top 5.
Yeah, that's the way I am with Dawn of the Dead on yours. Dawn of the Dead would be in my top 5 too if you didn't have it already. But oh man, Do the Right Thing,
so good.
Ooh, the first time you watch this movie, if this doesn't get to you in some way, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
it's funny, it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's shot fantastic.
The cinematography is so fun. Yeah,
Spike Lee still makes good movies. He puts one out every year.
He still makes okay movies.
Yeah, like I mean, the 25th Hour has been out. 25th Hour is awesome.
Oh, 25th Hour is great.
Yeah, he's when you make a movie every year, not every one of them is going to be Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
This also, if I remember, it didn't even get nominated for Best Picture,
which is crazy.
And there was a big controversy because like Driving Miss Daisy won it the same year, so it was kind of like this brilliant movie, Do the Right Thing, came out and Driving Miss Daisy won. Kind of shows you how antiquated the Academy can be. Driving Miss Daisy is a good movie.
Oh,
it's not Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing is so good.
Yeah, crazy good. There Will Be Blood. So I will go ahead and say my top 3 is solidified, more or less. Oh, but then never mind. I don't know anything. I love this movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, again, I think cinematography is a big thing for me. And the way this is shot, and sometimes there's hardly any dialogue, and it's almost 3 hours long. It's damn close. Oh, 150 minutes. So it's close. It's just shy of 3 hours. Wow. No, it's not. Not the thing to be talking about. I love this movie. Daniel Day-Lewis and what's his name? Plato? How am I not remembering his name?
The young guy?
Yeah. Paul Thomas Anderson. And, I should have looked this up before.
The Preacher?
Paul Dano.
There you go.
Yeah. I think his performance isn't as appreciated as it should be just because Daniel Day-Lewis was just staggering in this.
Yeah.
I can watch this movie so many times. That bowling ball, I know that bowling scene got way overhyped in the milkshake. I was doing that impression for years.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. Oh my God. I could just go on and on about this movie.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not really doing a good job of describing any of these movies. And if you guys don't know them, that's on you. Watch them. Watch all of these.
And for the 4th or 5th time, Daniel Day-Lewis has retired from acting.
Yeah, he's done. He'll be back. But he's not. He doesn't make a lot of movies. He's like a kind of like a Renaissance man. I heard he gets super into like woodworking and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'll save the obvious one with last. The Deer Hunter. Man, this is one. I love this movie. I've watched it so many times.
I don't think I've watched this all the way through.
Oh, Michael Cimino has a pretty notorious career as far as making this and then making Heaven's Gate, and that was a huge failure, and then just kind of more or less being done.
Wow.
He made a handful of other things. This one is over 3 hours, and there is just not a moment in this movie that is just not completely compelling to me.
Wow.
Christopher Walken, his performance is nuts. The Russian roulette scene, just the scenes in Nam, man, it's just because it's almost like 2 separate movies in a way. I don't know. I can't really go into the plot too much, but I feel like this is one.
These movies have been around forever.
Yeah, I mean most people know them.
You can spoil these movies.
It's not so much that I want to spoil them. I don't want to ramble.
Oh, sure.
If it's a group of friends, I'm comfortable just sitting here and rambling. But man, this movie is so good.
Sweet.
And then number 1, I don't think this will ever be topped. If there's ever a movie that comes out that this tops, I'll be shocked because nothing really affected me like this did.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in theater with you.
Yeah, It just every time this really kind of shaped a lot of my worldview and thoughts on a lot of things. Like this movie is crazy underappreciated.
Oh. I feel like this movie is almost not appreciated.
Yeah, it doesn't get brought up a lot. But there's people online. There's a guy that has done 5 parts breakdown of this. That's just awesome. Look that up. Ebert says it's one of his favorite movies.
I would like to hear you try to explain this movie. Try to explain the plot right now.
So a guy he's a playwright, and it's mostly the easiest way to describe it is his life, and he starts writing this play that turns into this all-encompassing thing. And the timeline of his life and the play get intermingled, and then so it turns into basically a play about himself and casting himself, and then the guy that plays him casts somebody to play him, and it just gets more and more complicated.
Oh yeah.
And he builds a set that's the size of city blocks, and so it's really confusing. But then there's all these thoughts and ideas that are thrown into this that are just mind-blowing and complicated.
Yeah.
And I can't do any of them justice. And
you did a really good job of explaining the movie though.
Thank you. It's way more complicated than that.
It is way more complicated than that, but describing it in a way that makes it very appealing.
Yeah.
You just said that and I want to watch this movie again now.
It's crazy. I don't even know And if you watch it and like it and want another understanding of it, go online and find for this guy's. I forgot the guy's name. Your Movie Sucks. He has a crazy good breakdown of this.
Cool.
Man,
Nice.
such a good movie.
Sweet. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's man, that is hard to narrow down to 5.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much, Leslie. That was
Thank
a lot
you.
of fun.
Yep, check her out. She does
Yeah.
really fun videos.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Time.
Too sweet.
Two brothers in Nebraska, pop culture's what they love. Join them as they talk about all of their cool stuff. Adventures in pop culture.
I think I've heard of him.